Top 5 reasons to legalize weed. Marijuana is legal in Colorado and Washington, but it's still illegal on the federal level. Here are 5 reasons why national legalization is a good idea. The cost of the drug war is too damn high! Since 1970, we've spent roughly $545 billion on an unsuccessful policy to curb drug use. Prohibition has not solved the drug problem. It has instead led to a dangerous black market run by cartels and criminals. It costs billions of dollars to imprison an ever larger population of drug users and sellers. To summarize a 2003 Human Rights Watch report, perhaps the single greatest force behind the growth of the prison population has been the national war on drugs. The number of incarcerated drug offenders has increased 12-fold since 1980. In 2000, 22% of those in federal and state prisons were convicted on drug charges. Pot's illegal because it's dangerous? Tell me again how safe legal drugs are. The federal government has browbeaten a number of states into endless crusades against weed, using lame excuses like it's a gateway drug or it causes significant harm to users. Why then do they favor regulating alcohol and tobacco? Last year, according to the CDC, cigarette smoking caused 443,000 deaths. Nearly 50,000 people are killed just from secondhand smoke. Now, I support people's right to smoke, but you can clearly see that their habit affects other people in a very severe way. Yet, this drug is legal. Any adult can walk into a store and buy it with very little hassle. And according to the World Health Organization, alcohol is responsible for 4% of all deaths worldwide. What about cannabis-related deaths per year? Even conservative groups like the Family Council, with a clear anti-marijuana agenda, have difficulty tying it to more than 300 deaths from 1997 to 2005. Majority want pot legal, pot illegal. Okay, maybe not exactly a majority, but a recent YouGov Huffington Post poll found that 50% of all Americans over 18 favored the federal government exempting adults who follow state drug laws. A recent Gallup poll also found half of Americans support legalization. Under 30, that number jumps to 60%. The highest opposition group? Those over 65. Only 31% of respondents favored legalization. Cultural pressures continue to build as antiquated beliefs die out in favor of more modern and progressive ideals. The sad truth is that right now, a minority of old people control most U.S. domestic and foreign policy. Fix economy and shut down black markets? Not bad. If weed were taxed and regulated, the government would make billions of dollars in new revenue. According to Harvard economist Jeffrey Myron, drug legalization would yield tax revenue of $46.7 billion annually, assuming legal drugs were taxed at rates comparable to those on alcohol and tobacco. Approximately $8.7 billion of this revenue would result from the legalization of marijuana, and $38 billion from the legalization of other drugs. So not only would we save tens of billions of dollars per year on enforcement and imprisonment, we would bring in billions of much-needed revenue for things that our country actually needs. Is harmless. Criminal scum. The worst part of all of this is the incredible damage outlawing weed does to people. People lose their freedom, and in the countries where weed is grown, more and more often they lose their lives. Prohibition has cost us thousands of lives each year. How has it helped our society? It's increased prison costs so high that we've had to defund public and post-secondary education. It has led to a loss of freedom and an increased militarization of our police force for people using small amounts of a harmless drug. In countries like Mexico, people are dying in the streets so that cartels can get the right to deliver the drugs that people want. There is no law that can change human desire. People want these drugs today, and they will want them tomorrow. They will want them when you and I are long dead. We must be reasonable. We must end this reckless and pointless war on drugs. We have seen the first glimmers of hope with Washington and Colorado. Now we must press further, because until this misguided war on drugs is over, these problems that plague us will not subside. My name is TJ Kirk, the Amazing Atheist. Please buy my new book, Neckbeard Uprising, available in the description section below.